All right, thank you for joining me on this video about how to join squares. I'm going to join this lovely purple and orange, or purple and green square to this orange square that you can't quite see. Basically, it's going to go right here in my project. So I have completed the square except for the very last round. When I started the second to last round, I joined my yarn here in the middle, worked all the way around with this green color, and then on the second round, I worked up till the corner. This is when we're first going to join this block to our project. So I've taken my hook out, and these are just single crochets. If your project, if you're using a different pattern, if it calls for double crochets, then you would be using double crochets in place of my single crochets. But what you do is you take your hook out, pull up a loop, and I like to join to the diagonal square. So this one's going to be here. Diagonally across is this green one. So you pull this up and you find the very corner stitch and put your hook through. You're going to grab this yarn and pull it through that loop and then kind of pull it tight. And then my corner calls for a chain one, so I'm going to go ahead and chain one there. Then I'm going to just follow the pattern, which is single crochet all the way across, but we're going to single crochet, and it's sometimes helpful to have your yarn so it's not going to be underneath the project, so put it on top. You're going to do a single crochet and then pull up a loop, and then on the square directly above it we're going to find that first stitch, not the corner stitch. The corner stitch is going to be joined over here to this square. So this first stitch, we're going to put your hook through it, grab the loop, pull it through, pull it tight if it's not already, and then single crochet in your next stitch. So after every stitch, you're going to pull up the loop, find the stitch across from it, pull through that, and single crochet there. Pull up your loop, go in your stitch, pull the loop through, pull it tight, single crochet. Let me scoot this over so you can see a little better. So pull up your loop, find your next stitch, pull your loop through, and then continue single crochet just like that. And we're going to do that all the way across until we get to the last stitch. And I will see if I can pause this video and start recording again when I get there. Okay, I'm back. I have crocheted all the way across this whole row, except there's three stitches left on this green side. But if you look over here at the yellow one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's okay because we're actually going to also do a single crochet in the corner to make the fourth stitch there. However, if your stitch count is different, which does happen to me sometimes, I don't take it all out. What you can do if you need to add an extra stitch on the green side, if the green side doesn't have enough stitches, you can just go into the stitch you've already went into, do another single crochet there, and then on this side go into the next yellow stitch and keep going, and it looks pretty much like it blends in. If you have too many stitches on the yellow side, what you can do before you do your single crochet is go in the next stitch here and pull your loop through that one as well, so it goes through 2, and then continue on and do your single crochet. This one is a little bit more noticeable. If you look really close, you can see there's a tiny little gap right here that's not in the other stitches, but it will blend in as you block it and wash it and use it. No one's going to notice a tiny little hole right there. But I do not need to do that for this one, so I'm just going to pick this loop out and keep going. And I have been told I crochet quite quickly. I'm sorry about that. I'm even trying to go slow. Let's see. There. Oh, look. Okay, and then I'm going to do the last stitch in the corner there. Grab this yellow, pull it through, and that's all for this side. I do a chain one, and then I do like to slip stitch to the diagonal square, so this aqua colored one. We'll slip it this way. That holds everything together, makes the corners nice and tight like this, so there's not a gap. You could get stuck. Okay, you could get a gap. Oh, I don't have any. Let's see if I can find. No, I don't see any little gaps. I've done it on all of them. This one, you can kind of see there's a little gap right here because I did not join this red one to this light green one, but it's hard to notice, and I might have done that because it didn't need it. Anyway, after you do that, you want to rotate your project. I find it easier to rotate it. Kind of lift it up, shake it, readjust your yarn. Don't lose that. And then you're going to work across. Oh, the kitty's going to come by. This is Ellie. You're going to work the same thing down this side between the orange and the green. And I did not weave in my ends yet. I'm very bad at that. So when you get to this stitch, just pull this tail down, or you could weave it in if you wanted to. On the first square that you're joining each row, you won't have to join this side because that will be the side that's on the edge of your project. But same thing, do your single crochet, pull up your loop, slip stitch into the first stitch, or not slip stitch, just pull the loop through. Onto your single crochet. And if you're noticing, I am changing my grip on the hook to just to pull the loop through. If you crochet with the pencil, the knife grip, whatever grip, the pencil grip, this is the pencil grip. If you crochet like this already, you won't have to do that. I can't crochet like that. I have to crochet with a knife grip. I have seen people who can crochet the other way. I cannot do it. Single crochet, pull your loop through, and single crochet. Same thing all the way down. And I am going to pause the video so you don't have to watch me do the same thing 500 more times and join you back at the end of the row. Okay, I have joined all across this side. You can kind of see a bump where that tail was. But after you tug that down and weave it in, it's not noticeable. I like how these two look like they've, been whipped stitched together. I just think this join is a really nice join if you don't want a border between your blocks. And I really liked the way there was no border separating all these blocks. I'm using this row kind of as a frame for everything to tie it in, so I've got the same white on all of my blocks. But when you get to the end of the row, if you had another square over here, you would join the same way, but I have not created the square yet, so we're going to get your hook, rotate it once again, don't hit the camera, and just do your regular stitch all the way across. So for me, it's just single crochet. When I get to the end, turn the corner, and then continue down this side until you get to the first stitch here, and then just join with a slip stitch. I like to join in the middle of the row, not on the corners. A lot of patterns call for joining the corners. I just don't like that. I don't know if you can tell from my ends, I don't join in the same place each time either. So the purple ended here, and then I scooted over a few to join the next color over here. And then I scooted a few stitches this way to join the next color. And then the white I joined way over here. I don't join in the same place, because then all your ends are right there together in a row, and I like the ends to be separated. So when you do weave them in, they're not all right next to each other. But some of you who know me will be proud. I did weave in all the ends on the whole rest of the blanket, just not this final row I'm doing. But please share your pictures of your Color Theory Crochet along. I will try to post more pictures of this project, of my project as well. And maybe another video where I can get the whole thing in besides just a few squares. But thank you for watching, and I will see you later.